Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Bhaktya Vihina Parar Lakshay Kshiptascha Kamarita Rangamadhye Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinda Namaste Charanarvindam Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhurasmitasyam Vadami Radham Karuna Varadram Tato Mamanyasti Gatirnakabhi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Festival of my sister and Pranam, thousands of times, Lord Shri Paramaradatam, Guru Parvarma, Vishnu Par, Sotra Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shri Gurudev. Secondly, of my sister and Pranam, thousands of times, Lord Shri Dhamma, Shri Rupan, Gauri Guru Varga, of my sister and Pranam, thousands of Guru Vaishnava, Vishnu. Continuing. Reading Shri Vilas Manjali. Devi te Sarana Padmadasika Viprayoga Bharadhava Pavaka Dahyaman Manatra Kaya Vannarim Jivaya Kshana Nirikshana Mritayam. Verse 10. O Devi, with the nectar of a moment's glance, please restore the life of this maidservant of your lotus feet, who now burns in the great forest fire of separation from you. Shri Gurudev has commented, Devi te charana padmadasikam. O Devi, I am a maidservant of your lotus feet. Vipra yoga bharadhava pavakai. Here the word prayoga means to meet in all respects, and viprayoga not to meet in any respect. In other words, vipralamba or separation. Vipralamba means meeting in an inner way, not separated. If in viyog, separation, the idea of meeting is not coming in our heart, then it is so dangerous. So the word viyog, separation, we find the word yoga, union. Without meeting, there can be no separation. Similarly, in vipralamba, there is pralamba. When union is not felt, then external vipralamba takes place. One begins to weep, remembering all the previous meeting. This is called vipralamba. He is remembering that he was going to take the brush from Krishna's hands and the serve Srimati Radhika's feet. But when he was about to take the brush, nothing was in his hand. He saw, oh, I am Raghunath. I am not Tulsi Manjari. Where is Krishna? Where is my Swamini, whose maidservant I am? Then he began to weep. As a man in his sleep sees, I am so wealthy. I am emperor of the whole world. I am ordering everyone, and everyone was carrying out my orders. When he wakes up, he is lying on the earth with a blanket, worn and torn. In a similar case, Raghunath Aswami prays, where is Srimati Radhika? Where is the Kunja in Vrindavan? And he began to weep like he was about to die. Because everyone has some ambition and some desire. Sometimes you dream about that. Dream about this thing, this scenario, this thing, that thing. And it will seem so real. But when you wake up, then feet back on the ground. You realize, oh, I am here. I have nothing. I am a nobody. So Raghunath Swami, his spurti is breaking, and then he's realizing, oh, I am not there in the spiritual world. I am here. I am Raghunath Das. He realized I have nothing. And he's weeping. He is saying, Dava Pavakai, flames of the fire. But these are not ordinary flames. Here, Dava means forest fire, like the Manju Tavi forest fire in Krishna Lila. The manjutavi is basically this straw. It's like really tall and really long, and when it dries, it becomes completely like very light, very, very dry, easily catch fire. Sometimes in the summer it's very hot, and even without any external assistance, the sun, just the heat of the sun will cause it to catch on fire. It can be like that also. Something very easy, it's like a big reeds, big tall reeds. They're extremely flammable. And then when that catches on fire, then what happens? And it spreads. Very hard to extinguish. So this dava means the forest fire. We are where in what? Samsara dava. We are in the forest fire of this samsara. And Shri Guru is that rain cloud. Samsara dava nava vidha loka. Pranaya karunya ghana ganatam. That rain cloud, which is like the embodiment of compassion, mercy. You're stuck in a forest fire, surrounded by fire, and you're about to be burned to ashes, and then suddenly your rain comes. Rain clouds gather, and that rain extinguishes that forest fire. Then you must be counting your lucky stars. How fortunate I was, how lucky I was. Forest fires are not like some, you light a fire and then, it's like slowly spreading. Forest fires actually, when they gather momentum, the fire can be proceeding at the speed of a train even. 50 miles, 60 miles an hour, devouring everything in its path. That's why the government, they come and they evacuate everyone from the houses. People think, I'll be in my house, I'll be safe. Fire hits, it burns everything in the house, the whole house, everything goes. It just devours it completely. And then because the fire, it needs oxygen to burn, and it begins to suck everything, all the air around surroundings, and it creates a suction, winds. If the fire becomes big enough, those winds can be like even up to 100 miles an hour. It can just pick you up with your feet and drag you and pull you into the fire. How dangerous they are. From hundreds of meters away, the fire can just pick you up and suck you in. So a forest fire is extremely dangerous. It is actually the embodiment of who? Rudra. The Bhagavatam describes the destructive forces in this world, like volcanoes, forest fires, whirlpools, whirlwinds, tornadoes, hurricanes. These are all functions of Rudra himself, Shiva. Extremely destructive. The other day I was discussing, if we really understood that we are in this ocean of material existence, filled with sharks and crocodiles of lust and anger, then what would happen? You're thrown into a pool with sharks and crocodiles, then what would you be doing? You would panic. So, the fact that we don't realize what is the predicament we are in. We are in this forest fire. Samsara. Samsara means we surround ourselves by the conceptions of I and mine. I am this, I am that. This is my identity and mine. These are my things, my person, people, my relatives, my family members. So here, this forest fire is being compared to what? Separation. How intense it is. Raghunath Das Swami's separation for Srimati Radhika is like a great forest fire, out to devour him. Means there is no escape. He feels helpless. And what? That he is about to die. The forest covers miles and miles, and a forest fire spreads everywhere. Raghunath Das Goswami is like in the middle of the forest without any water. Fire is everywhere, and he is about to die. The separation of unable to meet Krishna, Radhika and the Sakhis, and being deprived of service to them is like the burning in that forest fire. Raghunath Das, as Tulsi Mandri, held the brush in his hand to paint Radhika's feet, but then he saw that it was gone. A Chintamani touchstone was in his hand, but he was unable to hold onto it, so he began to weep. Where here he is saying the forest fire of separation has encircled him like a garland, and he cannot escape. He cannot get out of this ring of fire that has surrounded him, and he is sure he will not survive. Srila Kaviraj Goswami has described that all the happiness and distress in the world cannot be equaled, even a fragment of the happiness and distress one experiences in the fire of separation. But are we feeling even a slight particle of that fire of separation? In other words, it is a complete. This fire of separation it seems like a great fire that is ready to burn, but that fire is actually a great source of happiness. There's great happiness there in that separation that we cannot understand. Externally, look at a forest fire, and what happens? You will see that it's just a great destructive force, and it is devouring everything. But the forest fire of separation is actually embodiment of happiness. Who can understand? Who will realize this? The one who has an experience of meeting can, otherwise not. Merely by hearing, it will not come. In other words, we hear, we get some idea, but really we cannot even understand what a forest fire is like. What to speak of understanding that it is happiness, a source of great happiness. We'll have to experience it. That's why people they rely so much on their experience. It's very hard for people to accept just by hearing. He said that the first class student, he hears one time and then he follows and practices. He understands, he believes, and he follows. Second class student is that he practices and then he believes. One time he has to practice and experience for himself, then he accepts, okay. But the third class student is that, he hears and experiences, but he still doesn't get it. He keeps committing the same mistakes again and again. He's unable to accept the reality. So, this forest of this separation, Gurudev is saying, simply hearing about it will not be enough. You'll have to experience it actually, in some form or another. In other words, we hear about this separation, and then when we pray and try to perform our own bhajan, we pray for that these moods will come in our heart, that we may also experience this separation. If some anarthas will be removed, then it can come to a very small extent. If we have some feeling of separation for Vaishnavas and Gurudev, then there is a chance that we can feel some of this separation fire. If we can weep feeling separation for our spiritual master and those Vaishnavas who have given us a drop of mercy, allowing us to enter into this, then the experience of this fire of separation will burn all our path and obstacles. At that time there will be no smiling, only weeping and weeping. Raghunath Das Goswami is feeling separation like this because he has received the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and all others. Raghunath Das Goswami has prayed to Sanatana Goswami in verse 6 and to Rupa Goswami in verse 1. And in 72 of this Vilakusha Manjali, he has written many prayers to them. He is weeping and praying. The Vaishnavas, they interact with the residents of this world, the jivas of this world, and they give their love and affection, their help, everything. By making this relationship, then the jiva, his heart will become touched, and then he will become attached. Then he may experience this separation. And when he experiences that separation to a Vaishnava, it's not mundane at that point, because the Vaishnava is transcendental. Even if he may have some kind of, even if his sentiments be mundane, it still is a semblance of real separation, because the object is not mundane. Vaishnava is aprakita vastu, prakriti nahe gochati. It's transcendental. Therefore, to feel separation from the Vaishnavas is a good thing. You must begin from feeling separation from Guru and He is weeping and praying, "Oh Devi, I am feeling trapped in this forest fire, which is like a chain surrounding and burning me. Dahiyamanantara kaya vallarim. Fire has come and wants to take me in its lap. There is no chance of being saved. Only Srimati Radhika has the medicine for me. If you want, then you can save me in a moment." A kshana is 100th of a part of a moment. A lava is 1/11th of a second. And a kshana is half of that. It's half a lava. So, also Gurudev is saying here it's 100th. It's part of a moment. So it is a very small, insignificant time. It's like, cannot even, it is so fast. Like faster than you can blink. By her glance. How will she save him? By her glance. In what? Ikshana, in 100th of a moment. Nirikshinamritai. In your glance there is amrita. And this nectar is an ocean. Contained in one short glance of yours, there are oceans and oceans of nectar. Which vision of Radhika does Raghunath Das Goswami want to see? You should laugh. Krishna is painting and you are smiling, telling him, "Oh, you are not efficient in this work. You are new. You don't know. You are inexperienced. Oh, Tulasi, you should do." Krishna gave the paint to her. I want that very glance of Radhika who is smiling and giving orders to Krishna. Krishna is not willing to give up, but I will go and forcibly take the bowl of paint from his hands. My Swami has ordered you, but still you don't want to give me the paint. I will try to take the bowl, but Krishna will not give it to me, and then I will try again. It is the glance of Srimati Radhika that I want. You give me this glance, I will be saved, otherwise I will die. This is a very brief explanation of this verse. Sometimes you're doing something, and you're failing again and again, and you become determined, "No, I want to succeed." Someone says, "Hey, let me try." And you're like, no, just let me try it one more time. I can do it. Become obsessed by trying to overcome that failure. Krishna, he's very determined to paint, put this alta on Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. But his hands are trembling, and he's unable to. And therefore Tulsi Mani said, "Hey, give me, I'll do it." Krishna said, "No, I'm going to do it." So Srimati Radhika is smiling and glancing. This is the glance that I want. I want to see Srimati Radhika's glance during this pastime. Raghunath Das Goswami is a true friend. If he had not come to this world, we could not follow Rupa Goswami. It is very hard to practice what is said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and especially Ujjvala Nilamani. But Raghunath Das Goswami has showed us by his practice and through his books like this, Vilak Kushumanjali, his own experiences for us. We are so much indebted to him. Try to remember and worship Raghunath Das Goswami in Gurudev's lotus feet. These are all Raghunath Das Goswami's innermost realizations. In his Siddha Sarupas, Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, serving Srimati Radhika, praying. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all his method of bhajan, he's given in bhajan and hasya. All the moves that he experienced in his heart, all his ideas, everything is just given there. From Shraddha all the way to Bhav, Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. These are the moves I cultivated during my bhajan. Now you can cultivate them. These are the secrets of bhajan. This is the mercy, this is the kind of mercy our Guru Varga are giving us. They're giving us the storehouse, the wealth of their heart to us. The Kripa Kataksha commentary. What does Devi mean? In the transcendental realm of Vrindavan Dham, you control Shri Krishna with your overworld powered love and keep him always near you. Thus you are Devi. Oh Devi, I am burning by my body, mind and senses. Everything is burning. Everywhere I look there is only fire, dryness and ashes. Please cool me with the nectar from your lotus feet. Shiv Thakur sits in a crematorium and smells his body with ashes, saying, In this world, there is only fire and ash. Fire and ash. This is the meaning. Shiva takes everything that Shiva does, there is some hidden meaning behind it. Yes, Shiva, he puts snakes around his neck. He has a moon on his head. He has ash on his body. He carries a trident. These are all symbols for what? Shiva, he smears the ash and he's telling us, oh, this world is only ash. It's temporary. You will also become ash. Everyone, they become either what? Food, ash, or earth. The elements merge back into the original elements. Food means your body is there, the jackals and the insects and bugs, everything will come and eat you. As you burn the body, it turns into ash. Put it in the ground, it decomposes and becomes earth again. So, this is our destination. So Shiva is putting this ash in his body. He's telling us, this samsara is anitya, it is temporary. This is your, don't be attached to this samsara. He keeps snakes around his neck. Because this represents who? Sankarshan, Anantadev. And this is like Shiva, it's like Guru for Lord Shiva. Teaching, oh, this is I'm always keeping the words of Shri Guru, thoughts of Shri Guru around my neck. It's like we should take Mahapuru's Shikshastakam, Mahapuru's Upareshamrita. Gurudev said, make it like a garland. So all Gauri Vaishnavas, they take these verses like a garland and they wear them around their neck. These always should be in your consciousness, in your heart. Always praying and thinking of these moods, these instructions, never neglecting them, always following them very diligently. So Shiva, he has a moon on his head. Moon symbols what? Symbolizes nectar. There is nectar in the moon. There is nectar to be had there. So Shiva, he is always keeping what nectar on his head? The Ganga. Ganga Devi, Vishnu's Chatnamrita. He is always keeping there on his head. This is the true nectar that is to be found in this world. The nectar that is found actually in the moon, he said that there's nectar in Svarga, there's nectar in the moon, there's nectar in there's a different food stuff like ghee, milk is like nectar. Anyone speaking very sweet words, then there's nectar in their mouth like this. But this is all temporary. This will not help anybody. True nectar is what? Hari katamritam. Tava katamritam. Nectar of Harikatha. This is the true nectar. Here Vaishnava is saying, oh Devi, this world is a forest fire and my body is like a burning creeper. I am a very small dasi at your lotus feet. Kripa kataksha bhajanam. Kara karishyasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajanam. Please just once grant me with your merciful glance. If you don't look at me and take care of me, then everyone will come with fire and attack me, saying, hey, don't do this, do what I am telling, follow me. The government, educators, parents, friends, and the so-called gurus and acharyas, everyone in this world attacks us and squeezes out our life. They like to take all our time and life. But they don't say, follow the line of the Goswami, this is good for you. Everyone is trying to get some advantage in this world, be happy. The only way that you can be happy is by exploiting this world, exploiting others. And therefore, this is what everyone is doing, trying to exploit each other. Therefore, no one is really our well-wisher, for they are stealing our life. No one will say, hey, leave everything, go, form bhajan. Who will give this kind of instruction? How is it possible? Impossible. When a goat or a pig is young and healthy, everyone is ready to check. How much does it weigh? How tasty will it be? The fire of people's desires burn us. People are always ready to attack and digest us. That is what, so we are like what? We are like livestock in the eyes of the other jivas. This is, as long as you have something that is beneficial, then people will show interest in you. But as soon as you become a liability, then no one will care for you anymore. As long as you have wealth, health, money, all these things, then everyone very sweet and nice to you. Everyone trying to be your friend. But as soon as you become a liability, obstacle to their enjoyment, they'll kick you, drop you like a hot potato. Instantly they'll drop you. They won't wait 1 second. This is the selfishness of this world. But Guru Vaishnavas are not like that. They'll never leave you. Krishna is transcendental. He is in my heart, but I can't meet with him because I am surrounded by fire. How can I cross this fire and go to meet with Krishna? I am burning in my desire fire, lust fire, anger fire, and so many other fires. I collect fire from all others. They give me this by force. Also I am sentimental and sensitive. This is one fire. Even worse is the fire of pratishtha, greed for name and fame. There is this desire is burning there in the heart. Wants a name, fame and recognition. Somebody, I don't have pratishtha. You don't have desire for pratishtha, you don't have any false sense of prestige. Okay. When someone publicly they humiliate you, then you start to burn. Then that burning sensation, this is what? Your ego is burning. Your self-esteem, your so-called self-prestige has now been smashed. Therefore you are burning. When everyone is glorifying you, offering you pranam, then it's very easy to be humble. At that time someone is chastising you, correcting you, or even falsely accusing you, then you will see how humble you are. Then very, very difficult. Then the true nature will come out. This fire of pratishtha, this desire is very subtle. It's said to be, it is the last anartha that is to be removed from the heart of the jiva. This pratishtha asha dristha sapacharamani mrahrinate. Kadam sarvu prema sprishti suchi etan nam mana. Siddhatam sevasta prabhu daitam samantam atulna vetatam niskasatwaritam ihadam vishayati hisa. Raghunath Das Goswami in his Manashiksha, he says, Pratishtha asha dristha sapacharamani mrahrinate. Dancing in my heart is this Chandalini, this dog-eating outcast woman of desire for pratishtha. Why has been pratishtha been compared to a dog-eating Chandalini prostitute? Why? Because the nature of a prostitute is that she is shameless. She doesn't realize, she doesn't feel like she is doing anything wrong. More on top of that, she's a dog-eater. A dog is considered to be very sinful, like a low creature. And to eat the meat of a dog is considered very low class. On top of that, you're a prostitute. You're doing this despicable, this low class activity. But the nature of that Chandalini dog-eating woman, she doesn't realize, she doesn't feel any shame. She doesn't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. You cannot admit. So someone who has this pratishtha, they cannot admit that I have this pratishtha. It's very hard to recognize there in the heart that actually you have this desire. It's very hidden. It's very, very subtle. And it manifests in many different ways. Therefore it's been described to be this Chandalini, dog-eating prostitute. And it's dancing there shamelessly. So, it's dancing there but we cannot understand. The Raghunath Das Goswami, he said that Pratishtha asha drishta sapacharamani mrahrinate kadam sarvu prema sprishti suchit etanamana. Oh my mind, as long as she is dancing there, then how can this pure, immaculate prem touch your heart? How can it enter? As long as you have this desire for recognition, name and fame. Sadatam niskasatarayatam vishayati hisa. That what should you do? Samantam utulam. You should pray to the incomparable commander-in-chief, the leaders of Krishna's army, Guru and Vaishnava. They'll come and they'll chase away this desire for Pratishtha from your heart. And then that prem will enter your heart. You find a place. So, without praying to Guru and Vaishnava, without surrendering to them, it's impossible not only to recognize this desire but also to remove it. And from Guru and Vaishnava, sometimes they help us. They perform operation. They act with us in such a way that when we realize our own mistakes and our own faults. Why did I do this? Because they are causelessly merciful. Who will show our faults? When Prabhupada, Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, when he was preaching Bhagavad Bazaar in Calcutta, opposite the street, there was one man who would always abuse Prabhupada. He would come out onto the balcony and he would shout insults. And one day he died and then all the disciples were clapping. Oh, Prabhupada, very good, that nonsense, he died. And Prabhupada became sad. He remarked, oh, he was my friend. Oh, he was your friend? How? Every day you insult, you insult